Alright, welcome in everybody to the BMC Collectibles Breaks. On B, today we've got one case of 2026 Leaf Metal Pop Century to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know when we go live and we go live. Also, to mention no for this essay, link down in the description. Box number one. Good luck, everybody. Start off with Dale Bazeo. And printing plate, Andrew Garfield. Josh Henderson, 6/25. Mike Mylock, 4/7. Charlie Sheen, 11/25. And Richard Dreyfuss, 1/1. Box number two. Ron Perlman. A double up on Ron Perlman's. Howie Mandel, 19/25. Jenny Lee Harrison, 1/1. Andrew Garfield, 1/3. And William Shatner, 2/10. Box three. John O'Hurley. And Haley Steinfeld. Angelica Bridges, 6/15. Bobby Altoff, 3/5. Carmen Electra, 9/15. And Anthony Hopkins, 1/1. Box four. Dual press proof for Ralph Macchio and Chevy Chase. And Priscilla Presley. Griffin Dunn, 1/1. Thomas Jane, 1/1. With the bonus of a very, very long hair. Helen Hunt, 4/6, and Mystery Redemption for the Mystery Redemption spot. If you want the hair shipped, that is extra. Box five. Mr. T, Henry Thomas. Bernadette Stannis, 4/4. Melissa Gilbert, 1/1. Nick Lachey, 1/1. And Marley Shelton on card, 2/6. Box six. Jeannie Garth, and Miss Halle Berry. Anson Williams, 8/10. Rachel Bush, 10/15. Chevy Chase, 1/1. And Huey Lewis, 5/6. Box 7. Pam Grier and John Bernthal. Tracy the Doc Curry, 3/15. Guy Gilchrist, 6/50. Bryce Dallas Howard, 13/15. And Tobin Bell, 1/1. Box 8. Marissa Tomei and Chumley. Chukwudi Iwuji, 1/1. Lindsay Wagner, 5/15. Christina Applegate, 1/15. And dual auto, Anthony Daniels and Ewan McGregor. Boom. 4/4. That'll be headed to random.org, theme of the break, so stay tuned if you have either of those two guys. Box 9. Marley Shelton and Halle Berry, Ian McClellan, Famke Janssen, and Ray Park. Quad press proof. Jeff Hardy, 24/35. Marley Shelton, 1/1. Christopher McDonald, 13/20. And Jimmy Walker, Bernadette Sanders, and Ralph Carter. Triple auto, 1/1. And final box of the break, box number 10. Good luck, everybody. Sean Astin and John Goodman. Mackenzie Phillips, 17/25. Mina Savari, 7/15. Alicia Silverstone, 1/1. And David Cornsweat on card, 5/9. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break, as always. Go ahead and get a hit recap going real quick, then we'll take care of our randoms. For the hits, Dale Bazeo, Andrew Garfield, Charlie Sheen, Howie Mandel, Andrew Garfield, Haley Steinfeld, Angelica Bridges, Bobby Altoff, Carmen Electra, Anthony Hopkins, Griffin Dunn, Helen Hunt, Mystery Redemption, Henry Thomas, Bernadette Stannis, Halle Berry, Anson Williams, Chevy Chase, Huey Lewis, Guy Gilchrist, Bryce Dallas Howard, Chumley, Chukwudi Iwuji, Christina Applegate, Christopher McDonald, Alicia Silverstone, and David Cornsweat. Josh Henderson, Mike Mylock, Jenny Lee Harrison, John O'Hurley, Priscilla Presley, Mr. T, Melissa Gilbert, Nick Lachey, Marley Shelton, Jeannie Garth, Pam Grier, John Bernthal, Marissa Tomei, Lindsey Wagner, Marley Shelton, Jeff Hardy, Marley Shelton, John Goodman, Mackenzie Phillips, and Mina Savari. Richard Dreyfuss, Ron Perlman, William Shatner, Thomas Jane, Rachel Bush, Tracy the Doc Curry, Tobin Bell, and Sean Astin. And headed to random.org, Press Proofs, Ralph Macchio and Chevy Chase, Halle Berry, Ian McClellan, Famke Janssen, and Ray Park, Dual Auto, Anthony Daniels and Ewan McGregor, and 1 of 1, Jimmy Walker, Bernadette Stanis, and Ralph Carter. Alright, that is it for Pop. We are on to 2026 Leaf Metal Football. Here in just a few minutes, going to get that set up and good to go. But first, we're going to head over to random.org and knock these 4 out. Back to that in just a second. Alright, we've got random the door pulled up, good to go. Got to roll some dice. Going to be here high to valid for us. We're going to go 10 times on each random. Starting off with Ralph Macchio and Chevy Chase. That is 9 times. Final roll. Ralph Macchio with the win. Congratulations. Halle Berry, Ian McClellan, Famke Janssen, and Ray Park. Final roll. Famke Janssen with the win. Congratulations. Anthony Daniels and Ewan McGregor. Final roll. Anthony Daniels with the win. Congratulations. And finally, Jimmy Walker, Bernadette Stanis, and Ralph Carter. That is 9 times. Final roll. Ralph Carter with the win. Congratulations. Alright, that is it for Pop. We are on to 2026 Leaf Metal Football. I'll be back with that in just a few seconds. Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks on B. Today we've got one case of 2026 Elite Metal Football hobby to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks. And let you know we'll be live and be live. Also, mention no purchase necessary. Link down in the description. Box 1, Cam Scattaboo. 9/12, Ethan Grunkemeyer. 4/12, Jamie French. 3/6, Tristan Keys. 6/7, Mabry Mettauer. 1/1, Max Clear. 11/12, Urian Dickey. 5/7, Emmett Thomas on card. 1/2, and C.J. Carr. 3/5. Box number 2. Joe Montana. 2/7, DeMond Williams Jr. 8/8, C.J. Carr. 12/12, Caden Dixon Wyatt. 7/7, Peter Bork. 3/5, Mason Holtzclaw. 8/8, Chase Hendricks. 5/5, Maurice Jones-Drew. On card. 2/4, and Carnell Tate. 6/8. Box number 3. Hello, is this Leaf Metal Break number 3? Or number 9? Just, that was my finger. Correct. Antoine Hill Jr. 4/5, Justin Thurman. 1/1, Malachi Tony. 5/5, Brady Schmiegel. 2/4, Austin Simmons. 5/12, Max Rosmer. 6/7, Ryan Montgomery. 1/3, Donnie Shell on card. 6/9, and Ashton Genty. 2/12. Box 4. Do you think they gave us enough little pieces of paper? Steve Spurrier. 1/1, Jaden Wilson. 2/6, Peter Bork. 6/8, Oscar Delp. 2/12, Evan Zaboda, 2 of 5. Amar Johnson, 1 of 1. Taylor, 6 of 12. Joe Klico on card, 3 of 4. And Haynes King, 7 of 8. That is fair enough. You know what? You're right. That does say 11. It is break number 9. You are correct. Normally I could do that, and I'm actually right when I do it. Now I look like the fool. Harlan Berry, 2 of 8. Daniel Melky, 6 of 8. Sadarian Morgan, 11 of 12. Faison Brandon, 6 of 6. Derek Cooper, 1 of 1. Brady Hart, 2 of 8. Derek Baker, 11 of 12. Terrell Davis on card, 1 of 7. And Malachi Tony, 4 of 6. The pop break we just did was number 11. Forgot to switch it over. And now let's pretend that it has always said 9. Box 6. Jared Curtis, 6 of 6. Brandon Arrington, 1 of 4. Giles Jackson, 3 of 6. Juju Lewis, 8 of 8. Dylan Gabriel, 2 of 12. Will Griffin, 2 of 8. Burt Jones, 3 of 3. Doug Flutie, on card, 3 of 9. And Mykhi Lamone, 6 of 7. And just like that, pretty much all the big spots have got a nice hit. Box 7. Cordell Stewart, 1 of 1. Ricky Collins, 6 of 6. Celeste Moa, 3 of 7. Justice Haynes, 1 of 1. Wonderful Champ Ons, 2 of 4. Ethan Grunkemeyer, 1 of 5. Harlan Berry, 3 of 6. Warren Moon on card, 4 of 5. And Terrell Davis, 1 of 1. Box 8. Cam Coleman, 1 of 1. Dia Bell, 1 of 1. Shamir DK, 1 of 1. DJ Lagway, 2 of 6. Byron Brown, 4 of 4. Rudolph Blaze Ingram, 4 of 12. Lynn Dickey, 2 of 6. Anthony Munoz, on card, 3 of 9. And Dia Bell, 3 of 6. Box number 9. Antoine Wallace Jr., 3 of 12. Deuce Knight, 2 of 6. Tyler Cherry, 2 of 8. Lamar Bo Jackson, 1 of 1. Tommy Castellanos, 2 of 8. Shrek Ekehuna, 3 of 4. Brady Schmiegel, 7 of 12. Fran Tarkenton on card, 1 of 2. And Archie Manning, 1 of 1. And final box of the break, box number 10. Good luck, everybody. Troy Hune, 5 of 12. Chandler Rivers, 2 of 7. Lynn Dickey, 5 of 8. Haynes King, 1 of 5. Omarion Miller, 5 of 8. Mason Heichel, 1 of 1. Javian Thomas, 6 of 7. Wayne Trebet, 3 of 9. And George McIntyre, 4 of 12. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break, as always. Spending a little bit of your Wednesday morning here with us. Do appreciate that. Go ahead and get a hit recap going here in just a second. For the hits, CJ Carr, Cam Scattaboo, Ethan Grockemeyer, Emmett Thomas, Demond Williams Jr., CJ Carr, Chase Hendricks, Carnell Tate, Antoine Hill Jr., Brady Schmiegel, Austin Simmons, Donnie Shell, Ashton Jetty, Evans Zaboda, Amar Johnson, Haynes King, Derek Baker, Harlan Berry, Daniel Melky, Sedarian Morgan, Faison Brandon, Derek Cooper, Brady Hart, Brandon Arrington, Giles Jackson, Dylan Gabriel, Burt Jones, Doug Flutie, Ethan Grunkemeyer, Harlan Berry, Cam Coleman, Dia Bell, Shamir DK, DJ Lagway, Byron Brown, Anthony Munoz, Dia Bell, Antoine Wells Jr., Deuce Knight, Brady Schmiegel, Fran Tarkenton, Archie Manning, Haynes King, George McIntyre, and Chandler Rivers. Jamie French, Mabry Metzauer, Max Clear, Urian Dickey, Joe Montana, Caden Dixon Wyatt, Peter Bork, Mason Holtzclaw, Maurice Jones-Drew, Justin Thurman, Malachi Tony, Max Brosmer, Jaden Wilson, Peter Bork, Oscar Delp, Joe Clico, Malachi Tony, Jared Curtis, Juju Lewis, Makai Lamone, Cordell Stewart, Justice Haynes, Lynn Dickey, Lamar Bo Jackson, Lynn Dickey, Amari Miller, Mason Heichel, and Javian Thomas. Tristan Keys, Ryan Montgomery, Steve Spurrier, Taylor, Terrell Davis, Will Griffin or Ricky Collins, Celeste Mullen, Wonderful Champ Bonds, Warren Moon, Terrell Davis, Rudolph Blaze Ingram, Trek Ekahona, Tyler Cherry, Tommy Castellanos, Troy Hune, and Wayne Trebet. Alright, that is it for football. We are on to 2025 Leaf End the Game Used Multi-Sport. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes. Gonna go ahead and get that set up. We'll be good to go. Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B, the dude. We've got one case of 2025 Leaf and the game used Multisports to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save it to the seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks. And let you know we go live to be live. Also, mention no purchase necessary. Link down in the description. Box number 1. Good luck, everybody. Randy Moss, 1/25. Tom Brady, 3/25. Vinicius Jr., 4/10. Deuce Knight, 2/3. And Patrick Mahomes, Dan Marino, John Elway, 17/25. Box number 2. Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, 3/10. Steve Kerr, 4/8. Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays, 1/7. LaDainian Tomlinson, 15/35. And Dan Marino, Larry Sonka, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal, and Tyreek Hill, 13/35. Box number 3. Marquinhos, 5/15. Steve Grogan, 1/2. Patrick Mahomes, 14/15. Jason Giambi, 30/35. And Pristine 16, 1/3. Mike Schmidt, Ryan Sandberg, Dale Murphy, William McGee, Don Mattingly, Wade Boggs, Ricky Henderson, George Brett, Cal Ripken Jr., Andre Dawson, Eddie Murray, Ozzie Smith, Robin Yount, Cecil Cooper, Ted Simmons, Keith Hernandez. Box number 4. Patrick Ewing, 4/35. Magic Johnson, 6/6. Jim Kelly, 1/1. Gary Payton, 2/2. And 23/30, Tracy McGrady, Clyde Drexler, Kevin McHale, Dennis Rodman, Kevin Mutombo, Chris Webber, Alonzo Mourning, and Gary Payton. Box 9. Box 5. Roberto Alomar, Ricky Anderson, Joe Carter, and Paul Molitor, 5 of 8. Barry Sanders, 8 of 10. P. Rose, 1 of 7. Greg Maddux, 5 of 8. And Emmitt Smith, 4 of 25. Box 6. Tostao, 27 of 35. Scottie Pippen, 5 of 10. Karl Malone, 43 of 65. Jared Curtis, 1 of 12. And Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter, Jerry Stackhouse, Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill, Ray Allen, Allen Iverson, and Paul Pierce, 8 of 8. Box 7. Bill Walton, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 8 of 25. Virgil van Dijk, 17 of 65. Ken Anderson, Ken Stabler, and Fran Tarkenton, 4 of 4. Dale Murphy, 17 of 35. And Wade Boggs, Don Mattingly, and Ryan Sandberg, 2 of 7. Boom. Box 8. Patrick Mahomes, 1 of 4. Ousmane Dembele and Kylian Mbappe, 1 of 2. Mitch Richmond, 3 of 5. Cole Palmer, 10 of 25. And Carl Yastrzemski, Wade Boggs, 1 of 2. Box 9. Kylian Mbappe, 55 of 55. Derek Jeter, 3 of 3. Cecil Cooper and Paul Molitor, 40 of 45. Rasheed Wallace, 22 of 35. And Ronaldo Nazario, 10 of 10. And final box of the break, box number 10. Good luck, everybody. 3 of 6, Jude Bellingham. Diego Maradona, 7 of 25. Hoyt Wilhelm, 5 of 6. Deuce Knight, 5 of 35. And Pete Rose, Pedro Martinez, Ernie Banks, Greg Maddux, Ricky Henderson, Tony Gwynn, Tom Seaver, and Albert Pujols, 24 of 25. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break, as always. Spending a little bit of your Wednesday morning here with us. Do appreciate that. We'll go ahead and get a hit recap going here in just a second, and then take care of all of our randoms. Alright, for the hits, Deuce Knight, Gary Payton, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, Greg Maddux, Dale Murphy, Cole Palmer, Derek Jeter, Diego Maradona, Hoyt Wilhelm, and Deuce Knight. LaDainian Tomlinson, Marquinhos, Patrick Mahomes, Jason Giambi, Patrick Ewing, Magic Johnson, Jim Kelly, Pete Rose, Karl Malone, Jared Curtis, Mitch Richmond, Patrick Mahomes, Kylian Mbappe, and Jude Bellingham. Vinicius Jr., Tom Brady, Randy Moss, Steve Kerr, Steve Grogan, Scottie Pippen, Tostao, Virgil van Dijk, Rasheed Wallace, and Ronaldo Nazario. And headed to random.org. Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, Cecil Cooper, Paul Molitor, Ousmane Dembele, Kylian Mbappe, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Bill Walton, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Carl Yastrzemski, Wade Boggs. Patrick Mahomes, Dan Marino, John Elway, Ken Stabler, Ken Anderson, Fran Tarkenton, Wade Boggs, Ryan Sandberg, and Don Mattingly. Paul Molitor, Joe Carter, Roberto Alomar, Ricky Henderson, Tyreek Hill, Shaquille O'Neal, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Larry Sonka, Dan Marino. Tracy McGrady, Clyde Drexler, Kevin McHale, Dennis Robin, Dikembe Mutombo, Chris Webber, Alonzo Mourning, Gary Payton, Pete Rose, Pedro Martinez, Ernie Banks, Greg Maddux, Ricky Henderson, Tony Gwynn, Tom Seaver, Albert Pujols, Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter, Jerry Stackhouse, Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill, Ray Allen, Allen Iverson, Paul Pierce, and Pristine 16. Mike Schmidt, Ryan Sandberg, Dale Murphy, Will McGee, Don Mattingly, Wade Boggs, Ricky Henderson, George Brett, Cal Ripken Jr., Andre Dawson, Eddie Murray, Ozzie Smith, Robin Yount, Cecil Cooper, Ted Simmons, Keith Hernandez. Alright, that is it for us for today. Thank y'all again. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. We look forward to having y'all back here sometime soon. And we're going to head over to random.org and knock all these out. We'll be back to that in a few minutes. Alright, we've got right in the door, pull the go. Gotta roll some dice, gotta through your hobby vibe for us. We're gonna go 7 times on each random, starting off with Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays. Final roll. Mickey Mantle with the win. Congratulations. Cecil Cooper and Paul Molitor. Cecil Cooper with the win. Congratulations. Ousmane Dembele and Kylian Mbappe. Final roll. Kylian Mbappe with the win. Congratulations. Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. Final roll. Patrick Mahomes with the win. Congratulations. Bill Walton, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Final roll. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the win. Congratulations. Carter Yastrzemski and Wade Boggs. Final roll. Wade Boggs with the win. Congratulations. Patrick Mahomes, Dan Marino, John Elway. Final roll. Dan Marino with the win. Congratulations. Ken Stabler, Ken Anderson, and Fran Tarkenton. Final roll. Ken Anderson taking it home. Congratulations. Ryan Sandberg, Wade Boggs, Tom Mattingly. Final roll. Don Mattingly with the win. Congratulations on that. Roberto Alomar, Ricky Anderson, Joe Carter, Paul Molitor. Final roll. Paul Molitor with the win. Dan Marino, Dwayne Wade, Larry Sakic, Shaquille O'Neal, Tyreek Hill, and Chris Bosh. Final roll. Shaquille O'Neal with the win. Trace McGrady, Clyde Drexler, Kevin McHale, Dennis Rodman, Dikembe Mutombo, Chris Webber, Lonzo Mourning, and Gary Payton. Final roll. Kevin McHale with the win. Congratulations. Pete Rose, Pedro Martinez, Ernie Banks, Greg Mattis, Ricky Henderson, Tony Gwynn, Tom Siebert, Albert Pujols. Final roll. Albert Pujols with the win. Congratulations. Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter, Jerry Stackhouse, Trace McGrady, Grant Hill, Ray Allen, Allen Iverson, Paul Pierce. Final roll. Allen Iverson with the win. Congratulations. And finally, Mike Schmidt, Ryan Sandberg, Dale Murphy, William McGee, Don Mattingly, Wade Boggs, Ricky Henderson, George Brett, Coward Jr., Andre Dawson, Ozzie Smith, Eddie Murray, Robin Young, Cecil Cooper, Ted Simmons, Keith Hernandez. That is 6 times. Final roll. Wade Boggs with the win. Congratulations. Alright, that is it for us for today. Thank y'all again. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. Hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we look forward to having y'all back here sometime soon. Canucks, everybody.